Mozambique, the land of milk and honey.
A ex-primeira-ministra britânica Margaret Thatcher disse uma vez em uma entrevista.
Former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher once said in an interview, "It is not the natural resources of a country that shape the wealth and prosperity of its people, but its politicians and its public administration."
Quando a Alemanha foi dividida em dois países separados depois de causar a Segunda Guerra Mundial.
Let's give the example of East Germany after 1945, when Germany was divided into two separate countries after causing the Second World War, committing incredible genocide the world had never seen before. Germany divided into two zones of influence: the Allied zone, which won the war against Germany, and the Eastern zone, under the influence of Russia, which also won the war against Germany. The so-called West Germans were radically different from the East Germans. In Western Germany, you could buy everything was available. People had money, smaller and larger companies were established, companies that created the Western German economy. The economy of Western Germany, they were able to build wonderful highways, wonderful bridges, beautiful houses, settlements. Everyone had apartments and houses. Citizens of Western Germany traveled widely around the world. They could afford it. They could afford tourism. They could afford boats. They could afford cars, and practically everything. Over time, West Germany became the most powerful, best managed, and richest country in the European Union. In turn, Eastern Germany, which was left behind the Iron Curtain under the influence of the Soviet Union, the shelves in the shops were completely empty. You couldn't buy anything. No goods were sold. People faced unprecedented poverty. What could be purchased was smuggled from nearby West Germany, of course, illegally. Smuggling criminal groups were financed and controlled by the secret police of East Germany. In Eastern Germany, cars such as the Trabant were produced, which were all made of plastic, while in Western Germany, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Volkswagen, Audi were produced. Driving through Eastern Germany, you could see police with rifles everywhere. When driving through East Germany, the police often stopped you to take bribes. On the other hand, in Western Germany, people went out in the evening to restaurants, nightclubs, discos, had fun, had money and smiles on their faces. In 1989, Mikhail Gorbachev, the last first secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, allowed to lift the Iron Curtain that divided Eastern and Western Europe, and suddenly, united Germany, including the former East Germany, became definitively the most powerful, best managed, and richest country in the European Union. Now let's try to compare the natural resources of united Germany, the most powerful and richest country in the European Union, and Mozambique, one of the poorest countries in Africa.
Gas, United Germany, 22 billion cubic meters, of which only 2.3 billion can be extracted with currently known technologies. Moçambique, 425 billion discovered in 2011. Ruby, Germany 0. Moçambique 2.7 million carats. Gold, Germany 10,000 kilograms. Mozambique 1,264,000 kilos. Graphite reserves, Germany less than 0.3% of world graphite. Mozambique 26 million ton, 10% of world graphite. We can continue to write about coking coal deposits, fishing resources, agricultural industrial possibilities, and more. What is the president and government responsible for in a normally functioning democratic state? The president and the government and parliament is the legislator of all rights and obligations imposed on government institutions, state administration, and people living in a given country. So when there is good law and well enforced, people live well. Everyone pays taxes, including huge foreign corporations. Taxes are not stolen, but are used to build roads, highways, railways, urban transport, national transport. Taxes pay for schools, teachers, hospitals, doctors, nurses, military, and police. In authoritarian, non-democratic, and poorly managed countries, taxes are consumed by the ruling class. Whether you can build a decent, honest, educated political class, i.e., a decent, upright legislator, depends only on this country's voters.
Muito obrigado e convido todos a assistirem à nossa televisão, lerem os artigos e visitarem o nosso canal no YouTube, a nossa página no Facebook e o nosso perfil na plataforma X. Para a televisão moçambicana, Maria Cossa, Moçambique.tv.